Hey guys, it's Marissa and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys all about how to survive nursing school, especially the first year. I just finished my third year. I'm going into my last year, so my fourth year of nursing school. I'll be an RN when I'm finished. But I have some really helpful tips that will save your ass when going through nursing school. This is my notes here. I have a bunch of things. A bunch of tips that I want to go over. So let's get right to it. So first thing, always be 10 minutes early to clinical. Especially not classes necessarily, but clinical, because you want to get all your patient information before you go onto the floor. So you get the general demographic information. So their name, their age, all that kind of stuff, their diagnoses, what brought them into the hospital, or wherever you're doing your clinical. And yeah, so always arrive 10 minutes early. It's going to save your ass, get you prepared. When you go into the room, you're going to feel so much more prepared, so much more ready to take on that patient load. So that's what I recommend. That's number one. Number two is document every move you make. In nursing, if you don't document, it basically means you didn't do it. So even if you did all of this patient care and you spent an hour doing all their morning care, whatever, if you don't document that, no one's gonna actually know that you did that, even though you did, type thing, if you know what I mean. So if somebody's gonna sue you and you didn't document that, you can't just go by word of mouth that they're gonna say that you did the care, if you know what I mean. So you're gonna save your butt, document every move you make. All dressing changes, all care, all everything, all altercations, disagreements with families, agreements with families, the way patients talk to you. Sometimes they can be very rude, or they're scared and that's their way of coping, that type of thing. So just document every move you make and then you'll be safe. So number three, sometimes nurses are rude and it's probably just because they're busy. So wait a few minutes and then go back to them and ask them if they need help with anything. Sorry, I was looking down. I was reading this right off my phone here. But yeah, sometimes nurses get so it's crazy, right? So they get really overwhelmed and stressed out. So it's good to just take a minute, take a breath, and come back to it, because yeah, they're probably just really stressed out. They probably aren't what you think. I know as a nursing student, I'm oh, the nurses hate me and they don't want to help me and all this stuff, but it's really they're just so stressed out, but they're so happy you're there to help. They just don't have time to teach you in that moment. So just be patient. Ask them if they need any help when they're not busy, when they're sitting charting, whatever, or if they're going crazy, running around or whatever. Just say, can I get anything for you? Can I help you with anything? And they might be yeah, come on, let's go. Or they might be not right now, I'll get you when I need you, type thing. So just be patient. If they need you, they'll most likely ask you, or you can always ask them if they need anything, and they'll be very grateful. So this is more outside of clinical now. So sleep when you can. It's a big thing between exams, clinicals, your social life, everything putting together. Your sleep is so important. So making sure that you take time to sleep. It's very important for your brain and to memorize things and take things in and remember. Memory. It's really important for memory. There we go. Wow, my brain's not working. I guess I should sleep more. But anyway, sleep when you can, yeah. I take naps a lot because I'll study for a bit, take a nap, rejuvenate, and then study some more and then take a nap. So that's kind of what works for me. You can find what works for you. I have to get at least 6 or 7 hours of sleep a night. So before clinical, I'll go to bed really early just to ensure that I slept good and that I'm not going to be a zombie in clinical and not be able to function, because clinical is the most important part of nursing. Yeah, the theory is great and everything, and you learn a bunch of things, but clinical is where it's at. Clinical is what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life. So it's very important that you know how to manage patients, how to care for them, how to manage your sleep, how to self-care for yourself so that you can better care for your patients, all those types of things. So that's very important. So that was my next point. Try to get at least 6 hours of sleep a night. yeah, during exams it's almost impossible, but try your best. The other thing is eat when you can. Sometimes it's like crazy and you forget to eat, and it's crazy and you forget to eat. You're at clinical or you're studying and you like totally forget to eat. Or like there's me where like I have a bag of chips in front of me and I like eat a bunch while I'm studying. But yeah, eat what you can. Prepare meals ahead of time. Like meal prep is very important. Like if you have a day off, a night off, you know, something like that, try to prep meals like for the week or for a few days. That way you don't have to make as many McDonald's runs. Yeah, to fuel your body too. It helps with brain function and body function and just keeping everything regular and healthy. So yeah, that's the next thing I have here. Don't forget to eat. Your body needs nutrients in order to retain information. So a lot of people just kind of forget to eat, but you have to be able to retain the information that you need to be a good nurse. Drink plenty of water to stay hydrated. So water and fluids are very important. We as nurses like push it on patients all the time, like water, fluids, all that kind of stuff, but it's important to take care of yourself and drink water. Not just water, like some other things too. You need milk, calcium, all that kind of stuff, right? But keep yourself hydrated is very important. The other thing is kind of funny. Once midterms start, they never end. So like at the beginning of the semester, you have like a few weeks, and not even a few weeks, like a couple weeks until midterms start. Once they start, they never end. You still have testing, assignments, everything else until it's over and final exams. Like it never stops. So for the first few weeks, really prepare yourself for that. You know, if you want party during that time, like, because you're not gonna be able to during the school year. So yeah, that's my opinion, and that's what worked for me. Yeah, time management's huge in your clinicals and your studying time, like getting everything done. So prioritizing the classes, like what you need to study first, you know, taking into account how far away the midterm or the test is, how important that test is to your nursing career, and how important that is to pass that class in order to move on in nursing school. But you kind of just like have to prioritize. Like, it sounds bad, but if this one class, like this core nursing class, is going to teach me so much more about patient care and illness and all that kind of stuff, as opposed to like some theory class that I'm never going to use again, I'm going to prioritize the core nursing class first, if that makes any sense, unless I'm like failing the other class, but that's a whole nother story. Designate time for yourself. You kind of get lost in nursing school, lost in the mix of studying all the time, tests, having no social life, only having social life with your friends that are in nursing school, because they all understand. People who aren't in nursing school do not understand. I don't care what anybody says, they don't understand anything. So, yeah, take care of yourself. Crying is okay, mini mental breakdowns happen all the time, so just know how to recognize them, work through them, and make sure you take care of yourself and move on. Deep breathing works wonders. That I found, like, not necessarily meditation, but just like the box breathing, like maybe I'll do a video on that, of box breathing, but there's lots on YouTube if you just search it. But that really helped me get through some tough times in nursing school. Find a hobby. Like, find a hobby that's completely not related to nursing school. So, like, if you like knitting, knit. If you like crocheting, crochet. If you like doing makeup like me, do makeup like me. Like, find what makes you happy that doesn't have anything to do with nursing. Like, I know nursing makes you happy and that's why you're in this profession and like you're caring and all that stuff, which is fantastic, but you have to find a hobby that's outside of that. That's something that's completely not related, so that you can take like a mini mental break and just like be by yourself and do that. Another one is, if you're scared to ask your prof a question in front of the class, email them after the class. So most profs usually answer their emails most of the time. So if I have a question, I'll like jot it down and then just email them, because I'm too scared to ask in front of 200 kids. Make a group chat with your clinical group and like your friend group that's also in nursing school, you won't miss out on assignments and shit because everyone will be talking about all that stuff. So yeah, it's a lifesaver. Just do it. Make a study group because trying to get through all of the information is nearly impossible. So if you make a study group and everybody kind of splits up the readings and everything, you'll survive. Surround yourself with people in nursing school because they understand the struggle and people in other programs just don't understand. That's what I said previously. That's just what I have jotted down. But basically do just that. Find how you study best. I'm going to do a whole dedicated video on how to study because I think it's so important. But do you study better in a group? Do you study by yourself? Do you study by going and talking to a prof? Do you study, like, there's so many different ways that you can study, and I'm going to go in depth with that in a video. But find out what works best for you, and usually that's during your first year you really find that. Writing out notes and reading them out loud is what worked for me. So I would like jot them down and then read them out loud, and that's just how I studied. Yeah, listening to music while you study, does it help you or distract you? There's been science saying that because you're like when you're actually being tested, you don't have music, that your memory is associated with that music. Like the things you remember is associated with that music, that when you don't have the music, it's harder for you to it's harder for you to pull the information out of your brain when it's on a test. So I don't recommend listening to music while you study, but if it works for you, then great. Yeah, like when you're writing a test, I'm going to do a whole nother video on like writing tests and testing strategies and all that kind of stuff. But if you don't have, or if you don't know an answer to a question, put a star next to it and move on. I think everybody knows that, but I'll go more in depth. Thoughts of dropping out are always just popping up, you know. Think I want to drop out, be a stripper, you know, whatever. Like those things happen all the damn time. Like, can I work at Shoppers the rest of my life? Can I work at a grocery store the rest of my life? Like, I don't want to be a nurse, too stressful. Yeah. C's get degrees. So there's that. You don't have to have like A's or B's or whatever. You can, you know, get C's and be fine. Nurses party just as hard as they study. But make sure you find a balance is important. You know, we'd like to have fun. People like to go out, have a good time. But it's important to prioritize your studies with that, and make sure you only are partying when you can. Because partying when you can't, but you think you can be very detrimental to your school studies. And then make sure all your pre-placement paperwork is done in the summer. I can't stress this enough. A lot of people wait till the school year starts to do all their pre-placement stuff, like for clinicals. If you get it done in the summer, it's so much easier and you don't have to stress about it. So please do that. If you're going to take one thing from this, please do that. Do your pre-placement paperwork in the summer. Okay. Okay guys, that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, then leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought of this video. Was it helpful? Was it not helpful? Yeah, let me know your thoughts. So thanks for watching guys. Bye. See you next time.